Welcome to Between the Lines, the Five Towns Jewish Times podcast, where newsmakers unpack the stories shaping the Jewish community.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Larry Gordon with Esta Gordon, and this is Between the Lines. The electronic version of the Five Towns Jewish Times is the way we like to introduce this. And a very special guest here from Israel in our studio, Yehuda Kohn, is here with us, and he is the head of Bet Elazraki. And I heard about Bet Elazraki for the first time a couple of weeks ago.
No,
Wow.
Back, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it has made a huge imprint on Israeli society. You know, what I was thinking about the fact that you're coming in today and that we're going to be talking, and I was thinking to myself, you know, here living in the diaspora, here in the United States especially, you think in terms of Israel, you think in terms of the war with Iran and the Air Force, and you think in terms of Gaza.
You don't think in terms of regular life.
But then you stop for a moment and it's a regular society with the issues that society has to deal with. Raising families, you know, it's one of
Raising families during a war.
It's one of the smallest countries in the world, you know, 10 million people, 8 million Jews, you know. It's almost New York has the second largest Jewish population in the Jewish world after Israel. But Yehuda, you deal at Bet Elazraki with one of those aspects of life that happens in every society. And in your particular case, I'm going to ask you to explain to us what Bet Elazraki does. I don't want to give anything away because you live it. You breathe it and you live it. So give us a little bit of background about Bet Elazraki.
Thank you so much for having me here today. And it's a huge honor. But I'm not here by myself. I'm here with hundreds of children who are now in Bet Elazraki and hundreds of children who really, I can call them graduated Bet Elazraki, even though that no one is graduating our home. A home is a place that you are there forever. So Bet Elazraki, the name, it comes from a Moroccan family who established the place in 1969. I have the honor to be there together with my wife, Riki, for the past 36 years. So when we came there, it was only 37 children. And for us, it was really a shock to know that in Israel, as you say, children cannot be with their father and mother. And we were shocked from the stories, terrible stories, neglected, abuse. Like you said, exactly like any other society, we really were shocked. But that was the first shock. The real shock was when we found out that all the 37 are second and third generation, which means that their
Parents.
fathers and mothers, and sometimes even grandparents, grew up in the same environment. I was looking at my wife, she was looking at me, what is that? Is this a genetical problem? No way. Something went wrong. And then we decided that we want to come to this place, but we have two conditions. The first one, that they should build us 2 rooms to live together with the children. 1 room for my wife and myself, and another room for our 3 private children that we had in that time. Yeah, our own children.
Yes.
So they said, all right, you want to live with them? Okay. But the second condition was that we want to change the goal. The goal in residential homes in Israel was to give a solution to the country. There is a child in Jerusalem, in Haifa, in Be'er Sheva.
Just put them somewhere.
Yeah,
That was the goal.
they look exactly.
Yeah.
They're looking to put them and then to make a V. All right, we have a solution for that child. And I said, no. I'm not coming to this place to give a solution to the country. I want to change lives.
Generations.
I want to break the cycle of distress. I have one goal, that each child over there that grow up by me will become incredible parents to his children.
Right.
But how to do it? We are what we are because we have our parents, our role modeling. But what was the role model of these children?
The
terrible
foundation you're
things, the
talking
street,
about.
the foundation,
Right.
street and other things. So we decided and we looked for a solution. And one of the things that we understood very fast, that whoever have a child, he's a father and she's a mother. But they're not parent yet. Parenting have nothing to do with chromosome and biological connection. And then we understood that these children have fathers and mothers, of course, but they don't have parents, and we will do the parental work. So Bet Elazraki is a place that doing a parental work to make sure that each and every child will become incredible parents to his children. And now, after 36 years, we have already results.
So the kids, they're living with you, right?
Of course.
What is their reaction to their own parents and their own siblings? There are a lot of siblings
You
in
mean
homes.
their own father and mother?
Their
natural-
biological
the natural
Father
parents.
and mother.
father and mother while they're living with you.
A child loves his father and mother no
Right.
matter what they did to
Right.
him. There are certain issues that it's really worse. Let's not open them,
Right.
but it's
Right.
really terrible,
It's understood.
terrible
Some of
abuse.
them cannot be around
cannot
them.
be.
Right.
Cannot be. But they love their father and mother in this way or another, and their father and mother love them. But they cannot be there for
Right,
them.
right.
And in the second that you cannot be there for your child,
Right.
you cannot raise him.
Right.
You cannot raise them. So we are there. When I'm speaking about we, it's huge staff that are working with the children. But not only huge staff. There are so many people. And I'm so honored to be here because so many people from America that are connected to our children and to our home, that they are there for them. And that's my opportunity to thank really Melody and Marty, Sharf, and Iris and Shalom Meidenbaum, who introduced me to this honored and important place.
Well, that's it's a fascinating, ideas that you're sharing with us. Now you're talking about dysfunction in a family. That happens in every society, though. Is there anything unique? Are you surprised that it happens in what we call the Jewish state? Is it something that just happens in every society, wherever people happen to live?
A lot of it probably is poverty also, if they come in from large families and the parents themselves don't have the tools.
Yes, but poverty, a mom will take food from her mouth and will give it to her
that's
child.
true. Right.
She won't let him go
That's true.
to another place.
Uh-huh.
It's a sickness.
Okay.
It's a sickness.
So
it's
you're
a
saying,
mental.
You're saying not being able to raise your own children.
It's
dysfunction.
It's a
It is a
dysfunction.
dysfunction.
It's a dysfunction. And that's what's happening exactly like in any other society.
Right.
But in the Jewish country, in Eretz Yisrael, there is the understanding that we as a nation are responsible of these children and we have to take care of them. That's why you will find in Israel many more residential homes than all over the world. Over here, it's more foster care and all kind of system that going back to court every year, et cetera, et cetera. In Israel, it's really, and especially in Bet Elazraki, the idea is really to make sure that we break the cycle of distress. And we developed a very unique model. How to do it.
How to become a parent.
Yeah. And this based on a three-legged approach. The first thing is to fulfill the child potential. Mm-hmm. Each child in the world have a potential. He's using between 5 to 7%.
Right.
That's our children, grandchildren can do.
Right.
My children at the home have to use much more. And that's why we have 60 private tutors.
Wow.
Every day for 217 children that I have now at the home that make sure that my children will go to school because our home is only a home.
Right.
They're going to school, to 24 different schools every morning. When my child goes to school, he's the first one to raise his hand. And that's why there is a competition between the schools in Netanya who will have my children, because we understood that when the child goes to school and he's the first one to raise his hand, his self-image is really going up, and already he's starting to develop a different direction in life. But I'm always saying, and the American people who are coming to us, and I will speak about it in a few minutes, about the bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs that they're doing by us, that we believe that one of the things that most important is the smell of a child, a physical smell. Because when a child goes to school,
Yes, be
and
clean.
it smells good and it's
Right.
clean, the teacher is getting closer to him.
Right.
And you know what
And the
happened
other
to a
kids
child?
too, right.
You know what happened to a child when the teacher getting close to him?
Yeah.
His self-image
It's a
again
connection, right.
goes over, is feeling. So a child who is first to raise his hand in class and have a good smell is a child from good home, Mibayit Tov. So this is our first leg of the program.
So are you talking about homes where the parents are separated or divorced, or can they remain married?
They
They
could
just
be
can't
married.
can't raise children.
Some of them are not married. Some of them have only mothers, and some of them
Single
don't know
parents,
exactly
single-parent
who's the
families.
father. This is really the most broken families, because when we are not collecting the
breaking up
children, we are not
families.
collecting the
Right.
children in the streets.
Right.
Every child who comes to us came by court order or by the social services. When the country decide to take a child out from home and send him to me, that means that the situation
Out of control.
is exactly out of control. So the first thing was to fulfill the potential. The second thing is the core of Bet Elazraki. It's stability.
Did you ever have people from the students marry each other?
No, not at all. They are like siblings.
They're siblings.
They're
That's what I wanted to know.
They are really, really siblings. The work in the home, every group is 12 children. 12 children have 5 counselors. Whenever a child looks up, he sees someone adult that is there for him, that speaks with him, that is there to wipe his tears, that to laugh with him and to be with him. So stability, it's the main problem of these children. They have no stability. All their life are going from place to place. Foster care to foster care, residential home to residential. A child who comes to Bet Elazraki found a home. We will be with him in daycare center, in kindergarten. We will take him to Kita Aleph.
Wow.
Happiest day of parents. And he will see. Yes.
What's better for a child? A foster care, the way we know it here in the United States. For example, you take a child and you place him as a sixth child in a family of 5, and he becomes integrated into the family, and he becomes, up
It's
until
so not secure.
up until a
You don't
certain
even know which
age.
families you're
Up until a
putting
certain
them in.
age, but the goal generally is to be there temporarily.
I'm the last one who will tell you really what's better.
Right.
The best thing is the best foster care family with professional fathers and professional mother who know exactly what to say and what to do.
This
But
sounds like a kibbutz idea
but
also.
most of the children that are coming to this place, they need professional work. Love is not enough. Hugging is not enough. You need really a professional staff that knows exactly where to press to make sure that this child will lose or will finish with his anxieties, with his mental issues, with his emotional issues. Because to be abandoned, there is no way not to be emotionally affected.
Right.
So they need professional staff. So we have this professional staff that works in the place. And this can work because of all these good friends here in America that are really part of their life. We just built a floor that Iris and Shalom Meidenbaum helped us. We have an old family intervention center, the Melody and Marty Shar Family Intervention Center, that takes care over there of the children. So we are there with them in their bar mitzvah, in their bat mitzvah. We promise them to be there to do their birthdays. We take them to the doctor when they sick. We tuck them into bed every night. We wake them up in the morning. We are there to take them to the best high school. They finish high school, a huge graduation party.
So at what age do they graduate from Bet Elazraki,
And
and
they're on
what
their
is
own.
what is the way, the steps on which they can assume their independent adult life?
In what age?
Is that the goal? Is that the goal? At what age?
In what age your children are graduating
Never.
your home? What question is
No,
that?
you're saying they could always come back, but it comes
No,
to
no.
They stay
Our
there
home is their home.
permanent?
We
It's
have
permanent?
3
until they get
positions.
married.
Why? Why
Even-
have
even
50
beyond-
years
even
old that
beyond
they have
that.
issues with this? Why? When they get married, they need you more than when they are
Probably.
little.
So they're
Probably.
still attached. They're still attached to Bet
Of course,
Elazraki
we have 3
after they get married.
full positions that taking care of the graduates.
So you must have great grandchildren and great
Of
grandchildren
course,
already.
I
in the
walked
home.
down the aisle, 157 children.
So-
We're having another 2 weddings in June. And again, wonderful people who are part of these weddings. And then
So what is
we
the
have
real total number of people that are attached to Bet Elazraki?
thousands,
Thousands.
thousands here in America.
You ever get them all together at the same time?
That's no way.
No way. What we are trying to do, we will do now because of, we spoke about the nice things of the home, and we are there with them in the army, and we take them to university, walking them down the aisle. Everyone is asking until when, exactly like you asked me. So we're talking about these wonderful things. But don't forget that we had now 6 terrible years.
Right.
Right, starting with COVID.
COVID,
Right.
war. Now, normal children from normal homes, from
PTSD,
incredible homes,
right.
were affected. Imagine children at risk. So the children who are coming today, and not only because of COVID and because of the war, also because of this generation with all the media and everything is really much harder. They are coming with many more difficulties. And we will bring them to the same high level that we will succeed, but it's needs from us much more effort and much more sources.
And so explain to me, or explain to us, if you can, how the organization, how Bet Elazraki, how do you interface with the military in terms of the teenagers, or they reach 18 years of age, you become eligible for the military. So how do you interface with the
Like
military?
any other family? Is that
First
it?
of all, like any other family, but wow, it's incredible question. We dealt with that now in the last few months to make every child of us lone soldier. Because we had with the army, wow, what a question. We had with the army an issue because from one hand they have us, but from other hand they don't have normal families.
Parents, right.
Now, to be a lone soldier in Israel, it's very important
Yes.
for him. So we had an agreement with the army that every child of us is a lone soldier, but it won't affect his ability to be an officer. We had a child who was a chief in a submarine. We have now children in Chovlim. We have children in Yahalom. We have children in Golani. We have children in Givati. Now, in this moment, we have 34 soldiers who live in the home and coming back, some of them every 2 weeks, some of them even every day because they are serving not far from the home. This is their home.
How did October 7th impact on Bet Elazraki?
Terribly.
I mean,
Terribly.
was there any personal experiences with any of the children that you're
Not
familiar with?
with the children. We had one children that was injured, but is okay. Is really okay. But we had staff that one of our counselor husband was really injured. Thank God he's much better. And one of our counselor brother is going to light the Masuah tomorrow, Ari Spitz. Ari Spitz is a brother of Ari Spitz. Everyone knows him. He lost his 2 legs and his arm.
Right.
And he's a brother of Shirut Leumi girls that did. Yes, by the way, we have 45 Shirut Leumi girls.
45?
Shirut Leumi, National Service.
National
but
Service.
Amigos who are working with the children in top of all the other staff.
We have to point out, I usually have to point out in these broadcasts that we are broadcasting the day before Yom Ha'atzmaut, and these things go up on social media, and they stay there forever. So people are going to see this, long after Yom Ha'atzmaut, and they're going to wonder whether he's talking about this year or next year or 2 years ago. So in terms of
2026.
In terms of context, we have to explain what Yehuda means in terms of timing. We're here on the month of Iyar. It's what's the Shabbos was Rosh Chodesh, right? So
Yes.
today is
Rosh
3,
Chodesh Iyar.
right?
Here.
All right.
Yeah,
so
and today is Daled Iyar, and
Right.
tomorrow it's Yom Ha'atzmaut, and today is Yom HaZikaron that we're commemorating
right. It's
all our brothers and
it's a
sisters.
very moving time. How does the Bet Elazraki celebrate?
First of all, we
Yom
had
Ha'atzmaut.
a big ceremony. We have a big ceremony now. It's the time that the ceremony in Israel in
Tonight.
commemorating the soldiers and all these people who died in terror attacks. But Yom Ha'atzmaut is very special. There is a very big community. A lot of Americans also live there in Givat Shmuel. So Givat Shmuel is coming to the home. Instead of doing the barbecue in their community, they are coming to the home and bringing all their families, and everyone is they doing it already for years. We are really looking for more and more people to know us also really in Israel. So we're having a huge barbecue and we're having a lot of events. From other hand, we have really to watch the children. And now it's very, very unique and special. After 40 days of not going to school, of not leaving the home, even to the makolet,
Right.
to the super to buy something, and going to the shelters sometimes three times in the middle of the night. And it's not a family with 5 children. It's to put down to the shelters and to the mamad more than 200 people. And not only the people, we didn't speak, but we have also a seminary of American girls. You imagine the American girls who went down. American girls, the seminary, it's called MTC, and it's really changing our life.
So the expense is enormous. Running this place.
Yes,
And it gets
yes.
more because you need more help now.
Right. First of all, we need more help, and we need everyone to daven for the dollar. Yeah, I don't know if you know what the
What is it
currency
now?
is.
What is-
Less than 3.
3 point.
No way.
Less than
Yeah,
3?
less than 3
Last
shekels.
time I
Never
looked,
had
it was,
that.
Less than 3 shekels. It
3.05.
was already once.
We
but
never remembered
yeah,
that.
I saw
but-
3.05
Yeah,
recently.
but
I
it's
guess it
really
went down really below 3.
and you imagine that we raise a lot
Wow.
of help funds here in America, and everything is comes to dollar. That's one of the reasons that we're going to have a campaign for 3 days. That I hope that it will be a yearly campaign every year, 3 days of Bet Elazraki. It's really to escort a journey of a child, and that's this year. It will be 31st of May, 1st of June, and 2nd of June.
Well, it's very fascinating. There's a lot of similarities between how the state of Israel lives, the transition from today, Yom HaZikaron, to Yom Ha'atzmaut, and how it just blends in naturally. And listening to you talk, Yehuda, it reminds me of how these children live a life in a similar pattern, difficulty, hardships, challenges, and then they just almost seamlessly, if you are successful, and apparently you are, they're able to transition to joyful type of life. So the way the country lives is also the way the people that you managed to raise with you and your family and your staff happen to live too.
Thank you so much for your kind word. And you said family, because really I'm the schmoozer and speaking and everything, but behind me it's my wife that, and in front of me, it's my wife. We are working together at the home. She's the home mother of the home.
Wow.
And I really can do what I can do only because of her. Because imagine to raise our own children. We have 5 children. And thank God all of them are established. Their families already with children. But to raise them at the home together with all the other children,
Right.
and for them to understand that Abba is there for
Everybody.
But they had Ima, that she knows really in a professional way how to be there for all the other children, but to let my children feel always, my own private children,
Right.
that they are number one.
So that's located in Netanya? And
We located in
and
Netanya.
it's always been there? It's always been at this location?
Always
Or it's
been.
expanded over?
Now we have 9 campuses. We have a campus for the soldiers. We have a campus for the girls. We have a campus for the boys. The
Different
little ones are
ages.
together,
Right.
ages. So we build more and more homes. We have a very, very special home that it's a Hadi and Mendy Klein home.
From Lawrence.
From Lawrence, yes. That it's very, very, very special building, one of the first. We have the Parker building at the home. We have the Rickley's 3 buildings for the soldiers, Ira and Diana Rickley's. So all these people are people that live here around. And the Englewood community is very connected. We have in the city people that are very connected in Boca, in Los Angeles, thank God.
So it's all over you're all spread all over the world, probably beyond the United States as well.
The United States is the center.
The central location.
And the really, the Torah Chesed, the real Chesed is really, most of it comes from America, not only to me, also to Eretz Yisrael in general. Today we can see what a big Chesed America is doing with Israel.
So how do you? What do you foretell for the future? What are your goals for the future? What changes do you want to see made, and what does society demand that you do that you're not doing yet?
We pray first of all that Kodesh Baruch Hu should help us to continue the way that we continue. It's so not for granted. Our budget is really a part of it. The big part is coming from the government, but a huge part have to be raised.
Right.
And suddenly comes a war and everyone goes after the war, that it's okay. So I'm saying that we are fighting also, but we are not fighting against no one. We are fighting for someone. Our war is really to make sure that each and every soul and neshama will succeed and will build a normal life and a normal family. And Baruch Hashem, we see already, not long ago, I was a sandak in a grandchild of my graduate. Then I said, wow, this grandchild won't know where his grandfather grew up. His grandfather will tell him as a story, but that won't be a part of his life. We broke the cycle of distress.
You must be like, I go to weddings and bar mitzvahs. I feel bad for the 8th grade rebbes and for the Rosh Yeshivas, because they're never home. They always, every night, every Shabbos, they have to go to a bar mitzvah someplace, in some shul. They're never home. And if you're a Rosh Yeshiva, every night you have to be Tzaddik Kedushin. You're at somebody's chuppah. So it looks like a beautiful event. It looks like a joyous, great ceremony. But these guys, they're doing it every single night. Someplace else. That's your life, probably.
Yes.
Every night.
Yeah, every night I would
For the
be
staff
happy.
and for the children.
But I had once that I had 4 weddings in one night, not only of the children, also of the counselors,
Right.
because we have the Shirut
Yeah, the
Migos.
staff, right.
So, but I want to tell you,
how'd you work
I
that? How'd
was
you work
in
that?
all the 4,
Okay.
and you can see me in each album of each one of them.
That's easy today. That's easy
Right,
today.
right,
They can
right.
insert you. They can Photoshop you. They can Photoshop you in. But
You know what? You speaking about photos, it's very, very interesting. The first time that I came to America, it was really almost 30 years ago. And I spoke, in Hebrew, but English words somehow, and people understood. And someone said that he's really, really very amazed with what I'm doing. What do you need? And I go to him and I tell him, I need a digital camera. And he looks at me. He said, people are coming to ask for clothes, for food. what, a digital camera? I said, look, my first graduate started to date, and he came to me with a girl that he's going out with, and she asked me to show her pictures of him when he was little. And I'm starting to look for pictures. It was no digital cameras. It's not like today that everyone is
Right.
taking with the cell phone. Tell your children or your grandchildren that once to take a photo, it was a story. And I didn't find. Finally, I found one picture that the teacher is standing and all the children is sitting and over there. And I said, no way. A child who have no pictures of his background,
Right.
he really missing something. And I asked for digital camera, and then he told me, you know what? For you, digital camera, it's like food. I will buy you for each group a digital camera. And he brought me for each group a digital camera.
You need that. It reminds me of like 35 years ago, had a video camera.
Wow.
And I was in Israel. And I went into a store, a fruit store. And the guy says to me, before you leave the country, I want to buy that camera. I said, this was 35 years ago. You're
Right.
talking about 1990. I said, this camera is like $1,500. How are you going to afford this camera? He said to me, listen, in Israel, nobody makes money, but everybody has money. So I didn't sell him the camera in the
I
end.
think somebody took it, by
I
the
didn't
way.
sell him the camera in the end. No, that was a different camera.
Oh, okay.
I lost the cameras there too, but
Yeah.
It's a real bracha, what you said, that everyone have, but there is a lot
somehow.
of people, that
Megitza
need,
Chanetza,
Baruch
as they
Hashem.
say.
Yes.
As they say. It's a fascinating. It's a fascinating insight to hear about Bet Elazraki, and it's an amazing thing that you do. You're heading back. I know we're talking to you the night before Yom Ha'atzmaut. You're going to come back to Israel. Yom Ha'atzmaut is going to be over, pretty much.
No,
right?
Yom Ha'atzmaut, I will get there at the night of Yom Ha'atzmaut.
At the night.
If I'm
Oh,
leaving,
right.
yeah, I will be
If
there.
you're not delayed that
yeah,
much.
7, 8 o'clock, I will.
Right.
If
So
I
there'll be a
will-
party.
yeah.
There'll be a party on the plane, probably.
A party on the plane,
Probably
a jet
extra-
lag.
extra
I will
donuts.
eat the meat from the barbecue in middle of the jet lag.
There'll be extra donuts for sure on the plane, and it's great to meet you and to hear about Bet
Thank you so much
Elazraki.
for having me.
I
and
guess
really,
is Yehuda Kohn. He is the head of what's your official position?
I'm a director at Bet Elazraki.
Director of Bet Elazraki in Netanya, Israel. 9 campuses, 217 students, and thousands of graduates. Really a tremendous
And
impact.
staff.
Yeah.
Tremendous impact on Israeli society. You told me when we were speaking on the phone a few days ago that you feed 400 people 3
Right.
meals a day.
Right.
There must be some kitchen that you
Yeah.
you have there with lots of pots and pans, and it's
Yeah.
a
With your
amazing
permission, a
undertaking.
few words about our
Please.
seminary.
Yeah, sure.
So thank God, 13 years ago, one of the rabbis here in America came to me and said, we are doing so much for you, it's time for you to do for us. I said, what can I do for you? You helping me with sources with that. What I can give you children. What do you
Yeah.
want? He said, look, there is seminaries in Israel and the girls are not doing so well here, there. I want them to learn what chesed, the real chesed means. Open a seminary. I said, what does children's home have to do with a seminary? And we opened Midreshet Torah Chesed. We started with 5 girls. Today, we have hundreds of applicants. We are taking in only 50. And these girls are changing the life of the children. They are working with the children. They're waking. But when you're changing a life of a child, your own life is changing. And thank God we have this seminary with 50 girls.
Wow.
A lot of them from here, from the 5 towns, and very, very successful and coming back here. And they are there for my children forever.
Well, we're going to put some information about how to contact you on the screen when this
Thank
is
you.
done editing, and your contact information, your email address, and so on. And it's great to meet you. I'm glad you found some time.
Thank you so
before
much.
heading back.
Our pleasure.
And that's our episode of
Between the Lines.
I'm Larry Gordon with Esta Gordon. I guess Yehuda Kohn of Bet Elazraki. Thanks very much for joining us.